Yung, ano ko kasi, yung father ko, Seventh-day Adventist talaga sila.
Siya, opo.
Tapos yung sa mother side ko naman, Catholic.
Ako po si Atty. Marwil Yasus OP ng Company of St. Dominic ng Archdiocese of Manila. Ruth, isa pong conversion story naman mula sa pagiging Sabanista at ngayon na po ay isang lubusan at ganap na Katoliko. From Seventh-day Adventist to the Catholic Church. At siya po ay kilala sa larangan ng pagandahan, isang trainer po ng mga beauty queens. Walang iba ang aking kaibigan, si Miss Bembem Sabanal. Magandang araw sa iyo, Bem.
Good morning po.
Nakakatuwa sapagkat you were attending our CFB. No?
I know.
And then now you're
And
guesting.
then now I'm here.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Tell us something first about your family. Anong klaseng pamilya ba meron ka noon in terms of religion?
Okay. Mixed. Ika nga. Yung, ano ko kasi, yung father ko, Seventh-day Adventist talaga sila.
Siya, opo.
Tapos yung sa mother side ko naman, Catholic. Pero what happened is, yung mother niya naman nag-convert sa born again. Pero yung father niya kasi namatay na, yung lolo ko, so hindi ko na yun na-meet.
So talagang
So parang na mix talaga yung
doon sa pamilya nyo, in terms of religion, parang chop suey. Okay, paborito ko ang chop suey. Pero yung kanyang pamilya, may Katoliko, yung nanay, sa badiseng tatay, yung lola naman born again. How was it like growing in that kind of religious environment?
Oh, it's beautiful because there was a lot of discipline. I guess because you get to mix yung mga iba-ibang, alam mo yung disiplina ng mga religion. So, naging naging maganda yung pagpapalaki sa amin sa aming magkakapatid kasi nga dapat ganito ha, especially yung sa Seventh-day Adventist, worship 6 in the morning and then also on sundown, then we pray together. Yung Sabbath ganun talaga. So tapos yung talaga very particular talaga dun sa mga pagkain na kinakain, yung mga ganon.
Yung bawal yung
Tapos
pork.
Yung mga ganyan.
Yung mga Levitical standards.
Yes. Tapos yung mga, syempre, yung walang party-party, yung mga, of course, liquor, yung smoking, mga ganun. As in, super strict talaga yung upbringing.
So, hindi ba nagdulot sa iyo ng confusion dahil iba-iba yung uri ng disiplina ang natamasa mo nung kabataan mo?
Yung confusion nag-result na-realize ko yung later na nung paglaki ko na parang in-entertain ko yung New Age.
Okay.
Yung parang in-entertain ko na that nature is like we're one with yung mga ganun-ganun na concept. Yes. But of course, God is there. I mean, hindi naman not agnosticism. Pero alam mo yun yung parang, yes, there is God, but you welcome everything. Oh, this is all true. It's for all one. Yung mga ganun na concept.
Talagang New Age na New Age.
Parang, yung mga ganun na siya. Kasi sa sobra sigurong combine.
At saka hindi mo na alam ngayon yung absolute truth. Kasi kung meron kang isang setup na iba-ibang paniniwalaan at iba-ibang disiplina, so somehow, you wouldn't be asking kung ano ba talagang totoo.
Wala. Yung parang, hindi siya ganon ka, okay, meron kang sense of history, may alam ka na ganito yung church, yung simbahan, pero yung, if you want, aalamin mo talaga, wala yun wala ganun sa isip mo.
But tell us about Adventism. Ano yung unique features ng Adventism na pwede mong i-share sa ating mga kaibigan, sa ating mga kapatid na hindi alam kung ano meron sa Seventh-day Adventist?
Okay. I want to start by saying na growing up in that setting, personally, it was very good for me. Parang kung disiplina yung pag-uusapan, yung sa mga bata at pagpapalaki, at least sa pamilya ko, naging maganda talaga yung pagpapalaki sa amin. Kasi lalo na nandun yung grandparents ko sa side ng daddy ko. So, talaga, tutok. Kumbaga, lalo na yung lola ko sa amin. So, okay. Seventh-day Adventism, I just want to, yung pinaka-basic lang. of course, like ang pinaka prominent is really the Sabbath worship.
Opo.
So yun yung talaga
Distinguishing feature.
yes, the Sabbath worship. And may talaga yon. Kumbaga, they base it on the even in the Ten Commandments, like of course the teaching of like keeping the Sabbath day holy. Yes. And then another very distinct din is yung disiplina sa mga pagkain.
Ayan, oo.
Yon.
Kasi para silang Hudyo. No?
So yung mga sa fish po. Yun, as in yung mga dapat may kaliskis lang. So bawal yung mga shrimp, yung mga shells, mga squid,
seafood.
yung mga ganon. So bawal yun. Tapos yung secular music, like especially like on a Saturday, so we're not supposed to like turn on the television anymore or listen to like
kasi Sabbath na.
Yes, because it's Sabbath. So ang dun is from 6 p.m. until like 6 p.m. the following day. So kumbaga Friday ng alas 6 hanggang alas 6 ng sundown naman on a Saturday.
Sundown Friday, sundown Saturday.
Saturday, tama po. So, ganun yun. Ito yung parang pinaka-basic na makikita mo sa But Seventh-day Adventism is Trinitarian pa rin naman po.
Naniniwala pa rin naman sila
Yes.
basically sa pagiging Diyos ng Panginoon Jesucristo.
Yes.
How were you influenced? What were the factors that contributed to your conversion from being Adventist to being Catholic? How was your journey?
It's very how they call this, ang description ko lang talaga, it's really by the grace of the Holy Spirit lang talaga.
Grace alone.
Kasi when I think of it, nobody convinced me, nobody taught me anything. Wala talaga.
Walang
Zero.
na-influence sa'yo. Halimbawa ako, nakilala kita, na gano'n, tapos sinabihan kita. So, it was really on your own.
Parang ito nga yung tagline ko, parang I researched my way home.
I see. Kakaiba yun. Kasi yung iba, somebody helped them, facilitated
Someone
their
shared.
entry.
Oo nga po eh. As in, ito talaga, I researched my way
Tell
home.
us something about it. How did it happen? When was the start?
Okay, so, when I was, I think, because when I was in college po kasi, I already lived with, because I was in University of San Carlos in Cebu City, and then my parents wanted me to stay with the nuns, actually. So, in a dormitory, para safe doon. So, I lived with the nuns for 3 years. RVM sisters. And then, but I left on my 4th year when I got involved in theater, and productions would last up until 2 or 3 in the morning. Then, sobrang rehearsal, tapos kung saan-saan kami napupunta kahit na nag-aaral pa ako. Tapos, nung time na yon, nandun na yung, of course, like, we would say the rosary, and we would
kasi
pray
discipline ng mga madre. Wala kang magawa doon.
Winner talaga yun.
So, parang osmosis na assimilate mo yung culture, Catholic culture.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Even with that, I would, when people ask me, parang wala nang masyadong question, sabi ko, okay, I'm Catholic. Kasi nga, di ba, doon ako sa mga mad.
Parang wala nang tanong-tanong.
Parang wala nang tanong-tanong,
But
I'm
you were
Catholic.
not Catholic yet then.
But, no, not at all. I didn't understand anything. Zero inkling about what the Catholic Church teaches. The only thing I know is that I just love being in Mass. Yun lang, parang I just, there's just that sense of peace. And I just know that I have to be in the Mass. But
because it's attraction to you.
Yeah, but I don't understand it. But I'm okay.
What's happening there?
Yeah. So, okay, yeah, Jesus is there. Alright, yeah, sure. But the transubstantiation thing, wala talaga akong concept nun. Zero talaga.
Napaka-interesting ng story mo, no?
Tapos, edi, okay, misa-misa, ganyan. Pero eto na, I do, and I already, I have repented on this already. And perhaps some of the priests in Don Bosco in Makati would probably remember a girl who would pretend to go to confession.
Pretend lang.
I would
Kasi di mo
pretend-
alam kung ano yun.
Opo, you know what? I would pretend to go to confession and just so I would like debate or question or ask
Okay.
priests. Parang I
So,
would
para
just
meron
question
ka
them.
ng encounter sa pare, magkukumpisan ka kunyari, para sa confessional, didibatihin mo.
Parang opo. Oh my God, I would ask. Or sometimes, like, especially during, because I love to read. Tapos, eto yon yung, yung Da Vinci Code na book.
Yeah.
Itong kasagsagan nitong paglabas
Kasagsagan.
nito. And every time, like, I would go to mass, like, for a good, I don't know, 3 or 5 months yata. Parang, merong pagkakataon talaga na magsasalita ang pare tungkol doon. There came a point na sabi ko, wait lang, parang, nakapagod naman to, hindi nga totoo yan eh. Parang gano'n, parang fiction nga yan eh. So, as inihintayin ko talaga, nang patapos yung misa, sasabihin ko sa pare, alam niyo, Father, hindi niyo na kailangan talagang ano yan. Oo, wala kasi joke lang naman yan eh. Pero syempre, sa mindset ng simbahan, na parang, okay, for those na yung shaky yung faith, pwede talagang maniwala sila dun sa
Da Vinci
sa
Code.
Da Vinci Code. So parang ganon. And then, other instances pa na I would wait lang, may misa, hintayin ko lang na, okay, tapos may masabing parang medyo off sa akin yung pare. Hintayin ko, tapos kakausapin ko siya dun sa, tapos tatanungin ko, gaganunin ko siya. Or I would say, oh, you're wrong. Parang,
Talagang
but
very strong
nicely.
palang personality mo.
Ano nga eh, parang, I didn't want to admit it then, but I was actually anti-Catholic.
I see. How
But
was
I
it?
didn't want
In
to
what way? In what way?
I guess because, like say for example, growing up in the Seventh-day Adventist kasi, you know, like the Mark of the Beast
Oh,
thing.
kami, the Whore of Babylon.
Yeah, the Whore of, yeah.
The
or
Pope is the 666.
Yes, he is
Oo.
that, and then the Vicarious Filii
Filii
Dei. I mean, I grew up
Oo.
with that.
Oo.
I read about that. And then
It's
of
being
course,
preached to you.
the Rosary, na parang ano yan,
Pagan
parang, and then,
prayer,
yeah,
oo.
and Mary, and then the statues and saints and all these
Idolatry,
things, idolatry.
yeah.
So, alam mo yun, yung ganon. So, now that
So what else is new?
right? So, but of course, during that time, parang syempre, ako talaga, ang intindi ko talaga doon, parang, ay nako, joke talaga tong Catholic Church na to, kailan ba to mababagsak? Or, you know, ganyan. So, kailan ba to tumigil-tigil tong mga, pinaggagawa, mga kamaliang, mga pinagtuturo nito. Yung mga, ganun yung mindset. And especially because my grandfather would debate before, like he's an elder in the Adventist Church.
So parang
Tas
pastor din.
tapos magda-debate siya, yan, gaganyan siya, tapos mga other Catholics, debate niya rin. So, parang ganun yung background. So, eto na, when I was already, what do you call this? I mean, after college, parang nagsa-start na ako na parang, Lord, saan ba talaga ako dadalhin? Where are you really gonna take me? Which church would you really want me to go to? But it has been a prayer for quite some time. But of course, the answer didn't come right away. Until I had a conversation with my dad about, for some reason, I've been consistently going to Mass already, even if I didn't understand anything. Tapos sinabi ko sa kanya na hindi nga, kung Christian ka nga, ano ka talaga, sa linggo ka magsisimba, hindi ka nga sa Sabado magsisimba, kung isa kang Christian. Tapos syempre, sasabihin niya, wala akong masagot.
So, adaman talaga siya kasi yun ang basic feature ng Adventism.
Yes.
Sabado magsamba.
And of course, honor thy father and thy mother. So of course, he's my father. So I have to honor, right? That's up to yung discipline pa. So, ang ginawa ko nun, I started researching. So, okay, what does the Catholic Church, and I didn't even look at history yet. So I said, okay, what does the Catholic Church talk about? I mean, what does it stand when it comes to, what is its stand when it comes to itong Sabbath worship?
Okay.
So, doon ako nag-umpisa. I came up with, to make the long story short, with a 6-page explanation. I said, okay, I'm gonna let my dad read this. You know, this parang dissertation or parang paper that, you know, that I made out of my research just to make him understand. I sent that to him. Tapos, walang response. So, parang, hindi ko alam kung parang naniwala ba siya or ano ba, he accepted that.
Or just simply ignored it.
Or if he ignored it. All I can say is that, I don't know how he received it, but as far as I know, yung Pentecost Sunday of this year, I was able to bring my entire family to the Catholic Church.
To the church?
Yes.
Where is that church?
In Rojas City in Capiz.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Tapos I was able to bring them there. My dad didn't really attend the mass, but he was in the church and he stayed in the Blessed Sacrament. My entire
family. So it's
family.
a family conversion.
And I brought
Except
them.
your dad.
Yeah, I mean, they were there, but they didn't attend the mass. But I think they were just there because I invited them.
Of course.
Parang ganun lang.
Out of
Yes.
civility and courtesy.
Yes. You know, and so I said, because it was their anniversary also, it fell on my parents' anniversary. I said, okay, let's all go to mass together. That was my excuse. Well, it's your anniversary, we need to go to church together. But, I don't know, sana na-plant na yung seed,
Yung
seed
seed of
doon. Tapos, but another thing happened to me, other than that, because like I said again, the born again background, I've been going to the born again churches as well, the water baptism and all that. I went through that as well. Yes, I went through. So I had a lot of born again Christian friends then. Basta yun na, umabot sa point na parang it's like I made to choose between the Eucharist and then, ito hindi ko pa sobrang intindi in full details in Eucharist. Pinili ko pa rin yung Eucharist. Pinili ko pa rin, kahit na hindi ko siya fully
understood at that time.
I mean, I have a good understanding of it, but not like the entire, how it really is. So yun, and they left me. They decided to leave. Again, kasi sabi nga nila, if you're attending Mass, parang, you're exposing yourself to
idolatry.
That, and the spirits there, what is that? Yung mga ganon na, but of course, I have to defend them. I said, my born-again Christian friends, they love me, and then they want me to get to my faith without their influence. So, naintindihan ko bakit nila ako kailangang iwan. Kasi out of love. So, that's why, I still chose the Eucharist.
Tell me about, were there persecutions also, or discrimination that you experienced from your family members or even from friends because of your choice of choosing Jesus in the Eucharist? And of course, if you choose Jesus in the Eucharist, you're choosing the Catholic Church.
Right. So that was it. That was that's a very good follow-up question. Kasi yung mga friends ko na yun, they were very close to me talaga. And
the friendship stays.
Yeah. But when I say persecution, I'm not sure if I should call it persecution. But abandonment, I guess. Yeah, there. I think it's that. I was abandoned. But again, I know that their view is out of love. So that, because that's how hardcore evangelicals are. Yes, that's how they are. If they really love you, they would really do that and separate themselves. So it's abandonment, I guess, not necessarily persecution.
How did it feel?
It was sad. Syempre, it was sad. But then, that opened the door for me to actually study more about the Catholic faith. And so, when that happened, and although before nag-umpisa na ako, medyo nagsastart na yung research ko, the more na ngayon, as in I bought materials already. This time I bought books already.
Books
like
and volumes and volumes of books.
I downloaded PDF and videos and stuff like that.
And you even attended our CFD.
And the funny, I said, oh my God, Lord, maybe I should go to school or something.
So you really took your study of the Catholic faith seriously, ah?
Yes.
Even to the extent of thinking of enrolling in a course.
I know. I talked to like one priest in Don Bosco, and he said, well, if that's the only thing that you want, if it's just the early church fathers, you can always just sit in if you want. And that's why that prompted me to look for, I don't even know about apologetics or whatever, I just said, where can I find like something here in Manila that would teach me that?
If you are so minded, starting September, Defensores Fide will offer a Saturday class.
I remember because when I called Toto's bookstore,
Toto's, yes.
because I bought my books there. So, sabi ko, ang tawag nito? Sabi nung the lady,
Si Lerma.
Ate Lerma.
Yeah.
Hi, Ate Lerma. I'm here.
Plugging.
What do you call this? Nung binili ko yung mga books ko, siya talaga yung sabi, uy, merong September hanggang December, na class. Sabi ko, sige, sali ko. Tapos, nung time na yon kasi this was during like early this year pa, siguro mga March pa yata
March
to.
pa.
Sabi ko, parang ang tagal naman.
Hindi ka makapaghintay for September. Well, it's just a month away from now.
Sabi ko, hindi po. Taka, yun na yun, na when, I know it was such a surprise. I messaged you this really long message in Facebook because I found your name. Because I found an article.
Did I reply?
Yes, you did. You told me, thank you, Bam Bam. Don't worry, you will post the schedule. Wow.
Yeah, okay. Kasi masyado ako suplado sa Facebook. One-liner ako sa
I know, but you didn't. You weren't suplado to me.
Siyempre, tinitingnan ko yung profile pic.
Oh, but there's a picture of my family there with
Yeah.
Jesus in it. So I think that's why. So anyway, so yeah. And then I said, I need to find a group. And so it took me 4 hours to finally find that article and then find CFD.
Yeah, Catholic Faith Defenders.
Yeah. And the Splendor of the Church blog. Tapos nung nakita ko na yun, sabi ko, sabi ko, saan kaya class? Class talaga iniisip ko. Class. Tapos, ayun na. July 26. The schedule, I said, okay, you know what? Kahit na mag-isa lang ako, sige, puntahan ko nga to.
And we were happy to see you. You were an instant celebrity there. No?
Oh, no.
Everybody wanted to have a selfie with you.
I don't know.
And they were posting the pictures all over Facebook.
I got tagged.
Anyway, so when you felt abandonment, where were you getting the strength and the determination to really, look for the truth?
That's beautiful. The Eucharist. My answer is the Eucharist. If there is anything that I can confidently talk about now, it's the Eucharist. The very first thing that I wrote, a very long defense of my conversion. Well, I didn't really. Hindi naman na para I have to make a defense, but more of this is me declaring that I am here. I am a Catholic because of this.
The Eucharist.
And so I had this article and. Father Abe was so nice. He was very kind to even feature it in Splendor of the Church.
Yeah. And incidentally, really, it's about the Eucharist that attracts many non-Catholics to go back home, even in the United States, like
true.
Scott Hahn, Steve Ray.
Very true.
All about the Eucharist.
And those two guys, these are the two guys that I have that I bought. Their books.
Rome Sweet Home.
Rome Sweet Home, that was the
and
first
Crossing
one.
the Tiber.
Crossing the Tiber, yes.
You will meet Steve Ray when he comes here to the
Amazing.
Philippines.
Those are my first two
Wow.
books those were the first two books.
And now that you are finally home,
Yes.
what challenges do you experience so far?
I guess now my prayer really has been that I want my entire family to come home with me. Really come home with me.
And
So
it needs more prayer.
yes, a lot of prayer and
And
fasting.
witnessing and fasting.
Yes,
also.
I have been praying and fasting as well. Tapos yung nagsa-start na rin ako mag-evangelize tsaka mag-plan sa mga kapatid ko. And I had a long conversation with my mom as well. My dad, that's a totally different story.
It will come. It will
Yes,
come in God's
but
time.
my prayer really is that that's how it starts. And now my colleagues as well, I asked them.
We were speaking earlier before the show that if you could invite some of your girls to guest here to talk about their faith,
Yeah, of course. I
Because
can.
beauty queens must really be witnesses to faith.
Yes, that's very true. That they, again, we are very attracted to beauty, right?
Yeah, of course.
We are very
Because
attracted
God is beautiful.
Because God
is the
is
source of all
beautiful.
beauty. And
Exactly.
in beauty there is truth.
Correct.
And
I can't agree more.
And you were talking about your family
Yeah.
and about your colleagues. How are you able to answer their questions or their challenges or their confusion? How do you witness to them? Give us some tips.
Okay, so this is how I start. When I started learning, when I started the research, sabi ko, okay, Lord, parang na-overwhelm ako kasi sabi ko parang ang dami nito, hindi ko alam kung saan ako mag-umpisa kasi sabi ko mag-share ka.
Talagang-
Tapos alangan namang pag, when we talk, sabihin ko, Clement the First, Ignatius of Antioch, alaga na mo, magaganon ako, Polycarp, magaganyan ako. So, I'm sorry. So, hindi ko naman pwedeng umpisahan sa ganon.
Although it's na-excite ka.
So true. But of course, in my prayer, the Holy Spirit impressed upon me na you evangelize first really by acts of love,
That's true.
kindness, mercy, humility, compassion. That's really how you should evangelize. Yung conversations, it will start to open once the people are very comfortable.
Yeah.
You won't even have to ask or initiate anything.
Yeah.
They will ask because they see the life that you live.
That's true.
Kasi minsan, the only Bible people will see or the only Jesus people will see is the life you live.
That's right.
So, doon ka nag-uumpisa. Kumbaga parang, okay, kahit na ang dami mong alam sa theology, kahit ang dami mong alam sa history, pero pag tiningnan naman yung pamumuhay mo, parang, ay, anyari.
That's true.
Parang ganun yung magiging, tawag nito, reaction.
That's what Pope Paul VI, Blessed Pope Paul VI said, that the whole world does not want to listen to preachers or to teachers, but they listen to witnesses. And that is really evangelization, no? Witnessing for the Lord by the quality of life you live.
Yeah.
Because you live the life of Christ. And having Bem around, makikita natin po sa kanya mga kapatid na talaga naman grace under pressure. So I couldn't imagine her being angry or being super defensive about the faith. So talaga we have much to learn from her as a Catholic apologist and defenders of the faith. Because if you are in the truth, talagang truth has its own power.
Yeah.
And it will manifest itself beautifully.
It will. And there's this saying that the Catholic faith is like a lion.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to defend it. You just let it loose. It will defend itself. Yeah, it will defend itself. So parang for me, if people will confront her, parang, okay, all right. You just smile. And then when they start asking questions, then you answer.
And if we can't answer right away, we know that there's answer somewhere.
Yeah.
And that should make us confident,
right,
without being arrogant, of course,
yes,
and without being insecure.
Very true. So it makes me sad sometimes that when I read about, this one, this is in international blogs. Tapos nakikita ko parang alaka, sabi ko, bakit ganito yung mga Catholic sumagot? Sabi ko, this is not reflective of the kind of grace.
Right.
This is not reflective of the grace of, how God is. But sometimes kasi maybe other people need to have an iron hand. I don't know. But, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
so.
of course. And we're going to correct that because the best defense is to really see the life of Christ in us. And my last question to you, Bem, how is, how are Catholics receiving your convention? Kumusta naman yung pagtanggap sa iyo ng mga Katoliko?
Oh my God, this is so funny. Sometimes, I would ask them questions and I would tell them stuff that I know and they're like, huh, what's that? I'm like, wait, hold on. Are you cradle Catholic? Yeah, I'm cradle. Wait lang, ba't di ko alam yan? Sabi ko, kasi ganito. And sometimes I end up explaining to them pa.
Yung dati pang Sabadistang nag-e-explain.
Sabi ko, hala ka, parang dapat sana alam to ng lahat ng Catholics. That's why I'm sobrang I fell in love with apologetics.
Yeah.
I fell in love with that's why.
Defending the hope that is
the hope that is in you.
But with gentleness and respect.
And respect, yes.
And
beauty again.
And actually, sabi ko kanina, final question. But this is really my final question. Do you have any regret going home?
Oh my goodness. I love being home. I mean, oh my God, thank God I'm home.
Thank God you're home and we're so happy you are home.
Yes.
And for your final message, Bem?
Okay. If you're a Catholic, I encourage you to really study, get to know your Catholic faith. I encourage you to really understand the history, the theology behind the teachings of the Catholic faith, because this really encompasses all the other Christian beliefs that's out there. You know, you will come to the fullness of your understanding in the Catholic faith. If you're a non-Catholic, try to look at the Catholic Church from the inside. Hindi yung titingnan mo siya sa labas. Kasi hindi mo siya maintindihan kung nakatingin ka sa labas. Tapos ang maririnig mo lang is yung mga very, very bad propaganda. And I've read a lot of literature tungkol sa mga maling supposedly paniniwala ng Catholic Church. So I encourage you to really look at the Catholic faith within and start from Jesus Christ, the apostles, and and the early church fathers, those that really the apostles taught, and then and let's see what happens from there.
Bem, welcome home.
Thank you.
In beauty, there is truth. Sa kagandahan, merong katotohanan. At alamin po natin ang katotohanan na siyang tunay na magpapalaya sa atin.
Kasing banal, buong pusong nagmamahal sa'yo. O Diyos, O Santo Cristo, tinubos mo ang kasalanan ng mundo. Ikaw ay namatay doon sa Kalbaryo upang bigyang liwanag ang mundo. Kami patuloy na mananalangin sa bawat araw. Sana kami dinggin. Ikaw lang ang magliligtas sa amin, O Santo Cristo, Diyos namin. O Diyos, O Santo Cristo, tinubos mo ang kasalanan ng mundo. Ikaw ay namatay doon sa Kalbaryo